Hey YouTube and caymanas Park Turf Fights, welcome back to Down the Stretch. I'm the host Christopher Charlton. As I pointed out in my previous video, time is against me here. I have a lot of things doing this week, so I'm posting my tips real early, like a day earlier, because I have to kind of rush through. And I want to make 3 shout outs here to Keith Brown, Kenty Callum, and Dennis Williams for pointing out that I left out a very important runner in the third race. That was the 2 American Aviator, and I'm going to explain why I left that horse. I was working off of the overnight past performances, which is the early past performances. On that past performance, they don't show you workouts. They don't show you the workouts or the odds. That's how I work it off of the early one, and then I wait for the official program to come, and then I find which race is the right race and if any horse is scratched. So I don't work off of odds or the workouts for horses who have not made their debut. I'm going to show you right here how it look. So I didn't have any workouts. Number 2, the American Aviator, the stallion American Freedom, is out of Pulpit, who is out of AP Indy. I'm not really a big fan of the AP Indy line, so I did look at the breeding line, and I was like, oh, I'm not really a fan of the AP Indy line, and because I'm not a fan of the Win-Win line either, because Win-Win is like out of the Sunday Silence line, but at least he raced already. So I was like, okay, I'm going weigh my options, and I said, all right, let me go for the Rico, because he came out a race where a good horse won. So that's how I ended up not putting American Aviator in it, because didn't have the workouts on him. Obviously, if I saw those workouts and saw that he beat Rico at exercise by more than 6-7 lengths, I'd have definitely put him in it. So thank you guys for calling my attention to it, because I would have just got to the track. I would have just got down to Gulfstream tomorrow, and I would have just put my bet in, because I just write down. I don't buy a farm, because I work off of the farm, so I just write down my tips, and I probably just go to Gulfstream, put in my pick 6, and that would be it. And then I'd probably see the race come up and see this horse selling 1-9, and I'd be like, how the hell I left this horse? So thank you guys for calling my attention to it. Okay, let's get to the races that are at hand. This is for Sunday, February 9th, and we have a 10 race card. Let's get right into it. The first race, 3 years and up, claiming 1.5 million to 1.2 million. A super competitive field of 8 horses. They go 5 furlongs straight, and believe me when I say any horse can win this race. I'm going to leave 2 horses out of this race where people might kill me for. I say, how I leaving these 2 horses out? But I just going off my gut feeling and off of like back class. So I boil this race down to 4, and they are the 3, Yellowstone, the 4, Burlap, the 5, Sugar Daddy, and the 7, Taurus Boy. Okay, let me give you my reasoning for that. First up is going to be 3, Yellowstone. This is the horse that represents the back class of this race. TJ Suku claimed 4 kilos for Alfred Brown. Nothing in the last 5 starts. Beaten way out of sight. Beaten by basically a furlong his last start, the 26th of December, by Digital One. Before that was 17 lengths off Perfect Brew. Before that, 53 lengths off Mahogany. Before that, a half a furlong behind Ability. Then before that he was 4th by 13 lengths behind Is That a Fact, Bootylicious, and Taurus Boy. Basically, that's his last good run, and that was over the straight course in a grade 1 event. So something definitely went wrong along the lines after that. But his last win, 5.5, in an open allowance contest when making all the running, beating Madeline Sunshine press conference. Last win over the straight, one easily beating Rhythm Buzz and Laban. Laban recently come back around 57. He's working well coming into this race. He has worked 102 by 1, first 4 and 47-1. So to me, that's very positive. And off his back class, and I know he's a capability over the straight, definitely using Yellowstone. The 4, Burlap, disappointed me on last week Saturday when finishing 11 by 18 lengths in that California Crown race. I thought he would have made the exotics, but he broke slow, didn't throw a run in at all. My other long shot came on around 3rd though, Kim. So that helped me out with the superfecta there. But before that, he was 3rd by 5.25 lengths to Unbelievable Force. Over the straight 5 race, a reproduction of that run. Definitely see Burlap in the thick of things, especially stepping back down to 1.5 million claimer. The 5, Sugar Daddy. Demar Williams claiming 4 kilos here for Patrick Lynch. Nothing in his last 2 starts. Was 12 by 20 lengths to Unbelievable Force in that same race where Burlap was 3rd. Before that, 5 furlongs run on 9th by 11 lengths to Digital 1. But one thing I'm going to say for this Sugar Daddy, he stepped up to overnight allowance after winning his 400,000 claimer back in July. So for him to step up to overnight, and still he ran a 3rd in the Arthur Jones Trophy behind Fearless Soul. That showed me that this horse does have some ability. One thing for sure, I think this horse is going to be on the lead, and this is the horse you're going to have to catch. He came off a rest from September to December 15th, beating 20 lengths, but is active at the exercise track. So I think he's sound. I think that run under him belt. Patrick Lynch knows what he's doing, and I think this horse is going to be very dangerous from in front. And the 7 horse, Taurus Boy, Shane Ellis for Adrian Prince. I like this horse after the fact that this horse was in Philippiani's stable all the way up till he was 6 years old. So soundness, I don't think is going to be a problem here. Definitely loves the 5 furlong straight. Has 2 runs at this level, 1 second to March and Shoot, going 6.5, and then a 7.5 length defeat to Milos. 5 straight, I think, is more to Taurus Boy liking, and with Shane Ellis in the saddle, I'm expecting Taurus Boy to put in a capital effort. Outside I like in the race, in case somebody folds and somebody makes it into the exotic, is Justin Biden, who definitely, in my opinion, is the class horse at the event, but the distance might be a little bit too short for Justin Biden. But he's bred to sprint. He's out a Lion Tamer by Wagon Wheel, so he's bred to sprint. Shane Richardson claiming 2 kilos here for Lawrence Fremantle. They put on the visor on last, and they've now taken it back off. So a very fit Justin Biden, I say, would be running on here to get a piece of the exotics. So you notice I leave KP Choice and Power Ranking, and they are very fit horses. I just think the dynamic of the race and the speed factor of the race, that's why I don't pick them. But as I said before, any horse can win. So even if they win, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm just going off, I like a gut feeling here. Second race, native bred 3-year-old maiden special. Native bred 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. 6 starters, 5 furlong straight. Sprint, they go 5 sprint straight. A ball is race 3. The 4, to be honest, I don't really like anybody in this race. The 5, another one, and the 2, every Alchemy of Souls. I just going to go over them. The first one is Prince Ogilvy, Stormcraft out of the Angel. 4, Papi Uso. This is Nugent for Philip Lee. Very well bred. 1 start was 5th by 27. Casual Trick. Stormbringer. Speedy Mirror. Hasn't done anything at exercise since. Was out of Blue Pepsi. Has a figure 8. No first time Lacey. A ton of speed. That might have his chances. Played much speed at exercise. Seen, but he's going through the motions. Alchemy of Souls. And as I said, I don't like when young horses work Emerald too fast. Before they Union, Jerome Ennis here for Jason DaCosta. Claiming 4 kilos here. Carrying was scratched on the 11th of January when he was supposed to make his debut. Going basically workouts. Breeding this horse. As a 36 very well bred, February 1st. Last work from 5, another 1 minute 7. Another Anthony the first one trained horse. Shane Ellis has a ride on this one. Also another 4th of January. Galavina Malkino 183 with Chinita Gulay Star. So that's what you have to go after with another 1. Alchemy of Souls. The 3 Uncle Baba, Javanil Patterson, Barrington Bernard. Not too sure about this bloodline here. Bred for some kind of, bred to have some pace. And does have a nice work communities. Gallop 4 furlong straight in 48 and 2 by 104 and 3 with Yellowstone, who's also running in the first race. So if that is anything to go by, you know, this Uncle Baba might have some ability. The 4, Papi Oso, on paper, the breeding looks nice. Casual Trick out of Ronald Day. But to be honest, Ronald Day hasn't produced anything really good yet. I don't think he has really produced anything special up to this time. Yeah, Ronald Day, I think, only Savvy Girl, I think. Ronald Day produced so far. But this one is out of Casual Trick. Nothing too flashy at exercise either. Well, I don't really like when young horses work fast. But the best work for this horse is maybe 51-2 coming into this race. But is trained by Anthony Nunes. Gavin Harris claiming 4 kilo. The 5, another horse from the stables of Anthony Nunes. Shane Ellis gets right on this one. This one is out of Avina Malkino, out of Chinita Golas, which makes him a half brother to Chinita Estrella. So looks like he's bred for speed. Has some pretty decent works coming to this. 37.2, 37.2, then a 48.4. Last work coming to this over the straight 4 furlongs, 48 flat by 1 minute and 1 minute 1. So that's pretty decent coming into the race. So looks like this another one is pretty forward and he's bred for some speed. So looks the obvious choice here of breeding and exercise reports. And the 6 Modern Monarch, Ishmael Velasquez for Patrick Lynch. Also interested in the bred horse Casual Trick out of Revolting Beauty by Revolting. That's going to make him the half brother to Chief Dissident. Didn't show anything on his debut, beaten 22 lengths by Tribal Chief Hansa and My Eclipse. Useful set of horses there. Blinkers on, figure 8 on, and gets first time Lasix. Not seen much at exercise, but that is known from the Patrick Lynch horses. But he's been cantering, so he's sound. But as I said, any horse can win this race. If I was going after the workouts, so I'd probably go with the 5. Another one. Third race. Native bred 4 years and up, Nouns of 2, and imported 4 years and up maiden. 8 starters, and they go 5 furlongs straight. Boiling this race down to 4. They are the 1, First Grandson, the 2, Chinita Estrella, the 5, Blood Moon, and the 8, Faith Downey. Okay, First Grandson was 5th last week Saturday by 6 lengths to First Offense in a race that he didn't look like he was enjoying the running, but coming back this quick, and Cardena still has the ride here for Patrick Lynch, giving First Grandson another shot. The 2, Chinita Estrella, Javanil Patterson for Stephen Todd. Hasn't run up to expectations since, coming to non-winners of 2, but gradually gaining the speed and pace of this class. And against this bunch now, expecting a much better run from this Chinita Estrella. The 5, Blood Moon, Dane Dawkins for Gary Sobrati. Another one that hasn't run well since coming to this level, but in a field like this, and definitely has some pace. Expecting a more positive run from Blood Moon. The 8, Faith Downey, Radish Roman for Victor Williams. Good 4th and last by 5 3/4 lengths in that same race last week against First Offense when flashing speed. So she's flashing speed now. So she looks like she has definitely caught the pace of this class. And I'm liking this Faith Downey. And I think I might give her the top spot here. The 4th race, Native bred 4 years and up, maiden. 7 starters, they go 5.5 furlongs. This is a poor set of horses. I'm going to boil it down to 3. The 1, Noble Sovereign, the 2, Gelroy, and the 6, Spraga. Okay, Noble Sovereign, 4th by 7.5 lengths and last to Linstead Market when running on, which shakes here, claiming 4 kilo for Donovan Clark. We know he's sound. We know he's fit. Definitely giving this Noble Sovereign a shot in this again. The 2, Gelroy, Robert Halladine takes the ride for Rudolph Hardial. The jockey on last, Richard Henry, was kind of in idle mode in the last furlong of that race and got beaten by a nose. And they have now called for the big man, Robert Halladine, to take the ride. So if all goes well, Gelroy definitely is the one that they're going to have to beat. And the 6, Spraga, O'Neill Mullins for Leroy Tomlinson. Hasn't been out since August, but is busy at the exercise. Worked 24-1 the 18th of January, cantering a lot. And just the fact that he's working is a good sign to me, because this horse wasn't a bad bred horse. He was out of Savoy Stamp by Win Bracelet. Got a rest now, coming back in a race against a poor set of horses. So I'm giving this Spraga a shot to make it in the top 3. The 5th race, 4 years and up, optional claimer, 350,000 to 250,000, and 6 years and up, rounds of 4, small field of 6. They go 7.5 furlongs. Boiling this race down to 3. They are the 1, Zion Princess, the 4, So Magnificent, and the 5, 6th Avenue. Okay, Zion Princess, Shaheem Gordon claims 4 kilo here for Lennis Shim. 3rd and last by 4 1/4 lengths at 5 furlongs straight to Buzz Assault. So he improved his run against Buzz Assault because he was beaten 10 lengths before that, going 5.5 furlongs. Stretch out now to 7.5. I don't think it will be much of a problem. At 6.5 furlongs, the 6th of January last year, was 4th. So I don't think the distance is going to be much of a problem, although bred from running much shorter races. Those midnight talk out of look at me now. So it's really bred for short distances. But against these, I'm going to give Zion Princess a shot. The 4, a long shot in the race that I really like. So Magnificent, Siobhan Townsend claiming 2 kilos for Linton Calder. Hauled up last time out, the 26th of December, in a race won by Unruly Boss. Was at 16-1, so it did show some market signal, because before that was 66-1 on the 21st of December when beaten by 26 lengths to Empress Lynx. Last time before that at 7.5, 16th of November in a 400,000 claimer. So this is basically stepping down in class. Was 4th by 6 lengths to Bad Investment. I kind of like that run against Bad Investment here, and coming against these who I think are inferior to the Bad Investment race. I'm giving So Magnificent an outsider shot in this event. And the 5, 6th Avenue, Demar Williams claiming 4 kilo for Stedman Curtis. Very fit right now. Has been in the 1, 2, 3 in the last 5 starts, having a win on the 17th of November at 7 furlongs. Came back his last race, the 1st of January, was 3rd by 14 lengths to outer class looking Drone Strike. Was supposed to run on the 26th of January at this level, but bumped at the start and was a late non-starter. So a very fit and consistent 6th Avenue, I'm definitely giving a shot here. If I was going to put a outsider in this event to come in the trifecta, if one of the other horses don't, I'd probably use the 3 Always Vigorous, Roger Hewitt for Junior Panton. And because they've put back the tongue tie, even though not showing any really good form, but coming down in class here, I'm going to give Always Vigorous an outsider shot to make the trifecta. The 6th race, native bred 3-year-old maidens, 10 starters. They go 7 furlongs. This race is called the Isle of February, boiling this race down to 4. They are the 1, Uncle Harry, the 7, Mark My Identity, the 9, Roaring Kitty, and the 10, Reportable Offense. Okay, Uncle Harry, well-bred, Burn Identity out of Long Running Train. Long Running Train was the last good horse trained by Harry Prasad, the late Harry Prasad. Long Running Train won the Harry Jackson's Memorial Cup. So that horse had some stamina. She was a late running filly. So this Uncle Harry's decently bred. Burn Identity produce some speed, and this Long Running Train was you can say a stayer. So that combination looks pretty nice here. Working well coming into this race. Has a 1:07.4 by 1 minute 1 4/5 coming into this race. So it looks very forward, and with Shane List for Ian Prasad, expecting a good run from this Uncle Harry first time of asking. The 7, Mark My Identity. 2 starts, 2 seconds. The only problem with this horse, both starts was slowly out the gate. First time was second by 9 1/4 lengths to the useful looking Honor Prince. Second time out, slowly into stride again, was second by a length and a half to My Eclipse. And my Identity was running on from off the pace. Dane Dawkins here for Enos Brown. They've now put on the figure 8 and still very busy at exercise. Has a nice work coming to this. The 1st of February, 7 furlongs in 1:29.1, which, I think it shouldn't work him this far. If he's going to go 7 furlongs, maybe a 6 furlong would have sufficed. But it's not work. It wasn't work too fast, but it's a decent work. Coming into the store has a 3 furlong and 36.3, so it's definitely sharp. And from a clean start, this Mark My Identity should put in a very good run. The 9, the morning line says 12-1, but I kind of like this horse. This horse is very well bred. Casual Trick out of Salty Tart, that's Roaring Kitty. Ishmael Velasquez for Ian Passad. 4th on debut by 10 lengths to Hazelnut, who was in the 2-year-old stakes, and Strong Mind, who was 3rd in that race, led the 2-year-old stakes. This Roaring Kitty, in my opinion, looks like she's bred to be a classic filly. Casual Trick out of Salty Talk, which makes her the half sister to Double Crown, who was a classic runner, and the Crown Chaser, who is the last year's Derby winner. So this Roaring Kitty is definitely bred to be a classic filly. So she's busy at the exercise, so she's very fit, looks forward. They've now put on the tongue tie and expecting a capital run. Stretched out now, this Roaring Kitty. And the 10, Reportable Offense, made his debut on the 18th of January, was 5th by 11 lengths to Riley J, who was disqualified. Came back over the straight course the 1st of February last week and was 4th by 7 1/4 lengths to a good-looking Lady Babita in a very good feel. This Reportable Offense is out of Deputy Glitters by official report, which makes her a half-sister to First Offense, who also won last week. So interesting to see how this Reportable Offense fares here. Paul Francis for Stephen Todd. If I was going to squeeze two outsiders in the superfecta, if you're going to wheel a superfecta, I'd probably put in the 2, Nebuchadnezzar. Made his debut the 26th of January and was gambled down to 5-1, but was beaten 15 lengths 5th by Sensational Soul. Much better for that run. The cardinals for Anthony Nunes. Expecting a much better run here from this Nebuchadnezzar. And the 6, Prince Kazir. O'Neill Mullins for Adrian Prince. 2 starts. Last time out was 4th by 7 1/4 lengths to my clips in that same race with my identity at 7 furlongs. Still busy at exercise. Has a good work here. 3 furlongs and 37 with overnight allowance horse Mrs. Lyndhurst. Last work coming in place was 6 furlongs and 1:18.2, beating Have a Joy. So at a price, expecting a good run from Prince Kazir to see if he can make it into the exotics. The 7th race, Native Bred 5 wheels and up maiden, 7 starters, 5 furlongs runs, a quick dash. Not going to waste much time with this race. I think this is just a 2-horse race, brought it down to just 2. The 4, Money Musk, and the 7, Empress in the Breeze. Okay, the 4, Money Musk, Philip Parchment, takes it right here for Ricardo Brown. Much raced horse, gets a well-deserved rest, hasn't run since the 15th of December, went 4th by 12 lengths to Garland, who won by 8 lengths. So he was 4 lengths off of medal award in that race after breaking solely. It's a decently bred horse. It was a midnight heart by Princess Carla. So it's bred for a lot of speed. I thought would have left this class already, but was much race, gets a little break, comes back here, busy at the exercise, and I think should definitely fight it out. And the horse I think they have to beat is the 7, Empress in the Breeze. Shane Ellis for Edward Stanbury. Second and last over the 4 furlong straight to You Look Okay. Had medal award behind in that race. Definitely fit, in good stead right now, and expecting Empress in the Breeze to fight this out. The 8th race, Native Bred 5 wheels and up, numbers of 3, and imported 5 wheels and up, numbers of 2. A field of 7, goes 6 furlongs. Boil this race down to 4. They are the 1, Princess Ifia, the 3, Don Pablo, the 4, Golden Loyalty, and the 5, Sky Rizzy. Okay, Princess Ifia, Yuval Pinnock for Errol Burke. Useful horse when focused. Last time out over the straight 5 was 8 by 8 1/2 lengths to Equinox. That was coming off of a slight rest, so better for that run. They've now put on the blinkers, so a lot of equipment on Princess Ifia's face, but they may be trying something to see if the blinkers helps her. Does pack some speed, this Princess Ifia, so with the blinkers now fitted, expecting a sharp front-running performance here from Princess Ifia. Definitely can't leave her out. The 3, Don Pablo, the cardinals for Alfred Brown. This is the second horse I think I like for Alfred Brown on the program. Was beaten 16 lengths by Manislam on last 14th of November. Has been freshened up for this event. Last win was at 6 furlongs when beating Skyries and Veliki Vicky easily. Both those horses have also left non-reserve to now at this level. So a fresh Don Pablo, I'm expecting a good run, especially very busy at exercise. The 4, Golden Loyalty, Tevin Foster for Paul Swaby, 5th by 8 1/4 lengths and last to Equinox. Last good run was at 6 1/2 back in November when beaten by Simba the Lion in 550 claimers. So definitely can find his way at this level here, and expecting a good run from this fit-looking Golden Loyalty. And the 5, Sky Rizzy, Robert Halliday now gets the ride for Donovan Plummer. Was 4th by 20 lengths and last, but to outer class Tiger Me. That before that was 3rd by 11 lengths to outer class final load and Tiger me that. So that works well for this Sky Rizzy here. Coming back down into distance now to 6 furlongs. Last win was at 6.5 when beating Manouche and Propellant. So after that run, a similar effort here would see Sky Rizzy being the horse they're going to all have to beat. So those are the 4 that I'm working it down to. The 9th and final, the Reggae Month Trophy, 3 years and up, open allowance, 7 starters, and they go 5 furlongs straight. And we're in February, so we still have that northern breeze heading south. So that's going to be heading directly up the 5 straight course. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get an extremely fast run 5 furlongs straight, because the track hasn't been graded, so it's not as deep as it was majority of last year. So we're going to have a more firmer surface on the track now. And with these northern breeze still heading down south, it wouldn't surprise me if they run an exceptionally fast time here. What brought this race down to just 3? They are the 1, Bootylicious, the 3, Perfect Brew, and the 7, Atlantic Convoy. Okay, Bootylicious, the horse they all have to beat. Ishmael Velasquez for Peter John Passad. Beat up 2 of the top sprinters in the country and last at 5.5 furlongs, Desert of Malibu and Pack Plays, but only had a feather to tot in that race. 106 pounds. Is up by, what's that, 15 pounds now, so has more weight in his back. But my opinion, definitely the fastest horse in the race, and even from the 1 draw, Ishmael Velasquez just have to break, don't drift too far off to the center, and Bootylicious is definitely the horse you're going to have to beat. Has a nice speed work coming into this 2 furlongs straight in 23 and 3. Definitely Bootylicious looks like the horse they're going to have to catch, and I'm looking forward to this race. I want to see how fast they're going to run. The 3, Perfect Brew, running in the top class, I would say, for some time. Tevin Foster for Richard Azan. 3rd and last by 6.5 lengths to top class filly Run Julie Run. Had the very useful Barnaby, was 2nd in that event. It was only a length and 3/4 behind Barnaby. Before that, at 6.5, was 3rd by 6 3/4 lengths to Atlantic Convoy after breaking slowly at the start. I can't remember the last time this horse was over the 5 straight, but if the pace collapsed early, and with the breeze I'm expecting to coming down the stretch, Perfect Blue I think will be the horse finishing the best in the event. And the 7, Atlantic Convoy, Dick Cardenas for Patrick Lynch. To be honest, I think this horse would have been a top class horse by now, but has been running against the top class horses. Last time out was 5th by 7.25 lengths to Run Julie Run in a race that I'm going to excuse because he ran out of his norm. Atlantic Convoy runs his best races when stalking from off the pace and then running on. In his last start, he went right at Run Julie Run in the early stages and couldn't manage that early pace and faded into 5th. Before that, at 6.5 furlongs, start the pace with Mojito, Perfect Brew, Money Market, and won very convincingly in 1:18 and 4. 5 furlongs straight, I don't think is going to be a problem, and it's going to suit his running style coming from off the pace. Definitely has a lot of class, and I think this Atlantic Convoy will be running on strong. Notable horse that I've left off with is Blue Vinyl. Reason being why I'm not carrying Blue Vinyl here, although impressive on last, and did run a good 5 straight race when beaten only 3 lengths by Press Conference. I don't see him at the exercise track, so he's swimming. So once a horse at this caliber is swimming, it definitely means he has some leg issue. So not saying he can't turn up, I'm just saying that's the reason I'm leaving him. And the way I see the pace setting up, because we know this horse Benson has a lot of speed, doesn't have the class yet, but does have the speed to try to go with Bootylicious early, which I think Bootylicious will escape him. That's why I'm expecting if a run-on horse is going to come, I think it will be coming from either Perfect Blue or Atlantic Convoy. But still, I think Bootylicious is a firm choice. Just the fact that even though with the light impulse, he beat the top 2 sprinters in the country. And it wouldn't surprise me if Bootylicious runs a sub 57 time here, and if the track is fast. Okay, guys. As I said, I had to rush through these races because I have a very busy schedule. It's now, 3 a.m. and I have to be out the door by maybe 6. So, as usual, I hope you guys have a lot of luck. and be safe.